Hello guys, I'm Alchemo Sabe. Today we're going to be having a look at Battlestation Harbinger. It's a space strategy game coming out on the 24th of February, priced at $9.99 US. I describe it as a bit like FTL but with real-time combat. Obviously that's not a completely accurate description, but you will see what I mean once we jump in here. And without any further ado, let's jump in. So the first thing I'm going to talk about today is the fact that this is originally a mobile game. The devs have decided to port it. It was massively successful on the Android and Apple platforms. It does feel like a PC game. The main differences are with the UI, and also in this you can target individual ships, whereas in the mobile version you couldn't. It was all automatic. But you'll see what I mean once we get in, and I'll point out anything I feel is necessary. One thing I would like to discuss just before we start is when you begin. So as you can see, we've got some different ships here. When you begin, you start with this one unlocked, and then you unlock a new ship for different levels, and as you can see there's a level requirement for these, and they all have different stats as well as different equipment slots. The first two ships are very weak, I found. I wasn't really enjoying the game when I was playing with these two. I was dying really easily, dying really quickly. To be honest, I wasn't getting very far at all. It felt quite impossible to me, but now that I've played some more with these two ships, particularly this one, the game is becoming a lot more manageable. It's a lot easier to get further, actually do things before you die, which is great, of course, because you expect to do things in games. So we're going to check out this one first. We're going to be playing on normal difficulty. Just randomize the map, see one that I like. Yeah, this looks good. Alright, so we're going to jump in here. So there are a few different factions. One of them is Celestials. Then there's pirates and a couple of other races. They all have their own backstory, they all have their own ships, and they all have a bearing on what your actual mission is. So here we go. Scout drones have returned the footage, yada yada yada. Our mission here is to find the outposts and obliterate them. So we need to find multiple outposts, I believe, and we're going to have to destroy them. We're going to have icons on our map to tell us where they are. Here's the story of the Celestials, if you want to have a quick read of that. It's not too important to the game, but it does provide some nice backstory if that's your kind of thing. So let's hop in now. Okay. Commander, our research indicate that the Celestial outposts are powering the main Celestial station. This is valuable information. You can weaken the Celestial main station by destroying the outposts first, Commander. Right, so here we go. Here are our different objectives. So we're at the white spot, and the green spots here are where the locations are. So reward for beating them is here. So we've got some starting scrap and upgrade points, and I'll show you what those do in just a second. But here, let's have a quick look at the star map. So we're starting here. We've got our objectives marked, and then we have the two closest points already shown, and more points will be illuminated as we jump to them. So then engineering is where we do all our upgrades. So we've got 1,499 scrap metal and 13 upgrade points. What I'm going to go ahead and do is grab a missile turret, and then I'm going to put some lasers on here against defense, even against other ships' missiles. Don't really have enough for anything else. I'm going to save my upgrade points. As great as it is to upgrade your weapons right at the beginning, ships of a similar size to yours will drop weapons, and those weapons are far more powerful than the human weapons, so it's best to save your upgrade points for those. So this is a battle station. We're going to find quite a few friendly ones dotted around the map. We might even find some enemy ones. Generally they're part of the objectives in the form of outposts, but sometimes there are just random ones. And each one you find is going to set you a different mission. So for this one, they want us to visit an unvisited sector, so we don't know where that is, but we will get the reward when we come to it. And they also have a shop, but these are all quite expensive because these, as you see here, are not human. These are the Wanderers. We've got here the Shillai class stuff, and those are all more powerful than the human equivalents of those weapons, so they're going to cost us a pretty penny. You're not going to be thinking about buying those until later on in the game. So I'll just briefly mention one thing. You'll see here there are these blue hangar type things pointing out the battle station, and these are where these ships come from. It doesn't really matter that they're on the battle station, but some of the ships that you can play as will have these hangars, and then you can buy ships to have stationed there. You can also set up formations, so you have to buy these with scrap, but as you can see here, there's quite a few different ships. I'm not 100% sure how you unlock these ones. I think it may be once you've unlocked them to actually use yourself. I will try and buy them if I remember, but generally I do forget about these. I haven't played too much yet. I'm only 2 hours in, but if I get a chance I'll show these to you and we can have a look at those. You can also sell them. You can also sell anything you buy for your ship by recycling it or by selling it at one of these. Without any further ado, let's jump to the next sector. So early on you don't really want to rush the objectives. These, especially with the big outposts, they're going to be very difficult. We're going to need some seriously good equipment to get those. So let's just start off with a long path. It doesn't look like this one's going to lead us to the objectives, but it'd be good to start getting a little bit of scrap metal. Okay, so here is the enemy, and so you can decide where your ship moves. The ships are quite sluggish. One thing I will say is that this really isn't the main part of the game. Moving them around's not really that interesting. Not particularly. I mean, it's not the most enjoyable part of the game. The real strategy from this game comes from deciding what you want to buy and where you want to place it, because even like the placement of these is very important. If you place them back here, they're gonna take out missiles that are coming behind you, but if they're here, it's only going to be ones coming from the front, because they have quite short ranges. You can upgrade the ranges, but not by a huge amount for the blue ones. The red ones are like your main weapons. These are for doing actual damage, but those are more expensive. But obviously, as you'll see, it's got a higher range, 650 range points, whereas this one only has 250. But obviously that can all be upgraded. Alright, so here's our next sector. We've got another battle station here, which is good. It looked like some enemies just jumped away from it, but would have been nice to kill them. Ah, here we go. So we've got a container here. So Eden is saying, I detected a container in this sector. It may hold valuable content. Proceed with care. It could also be a trap. So what you do with these things is you just click on them. Alright, so that was an EMP, which means that we can't jump away from this sector for one turn, and we've got a load of enemies. This is not good news. I don't think I have any chance in this fight, but we will see. Yeah, you can see our shields are gone now. Now it's attacking our hull. Not going well for us at all. So it looks like we're going to be restarting here. Yeah, I'll just put my ship out of its misery. Let's start a new game. Okay. So we'll go with that ship again. This one, as you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but there's the blue hangar on the side of it for other ships, and this one has one at the front. So those two have ship hangars. I might show them off in this video. I might show them off in another video if I do another video. But you will see them in action from other ships as well. So now we're going up against the Trollgars. These have different equipment. It's also going to be a different objective. It will still be destroying outposts for this faction, I believe, but the outposts are different. So there's just a bit of an introduction. Yep, here we go. We've got to destroy a few different ships, and we only have one of them on our map. The rest of them are at unknown locations, so we're probably just going to stumble across them, or once it's illuminated on the map, perhaps it will tell us that that's an objective. So let's... okay. So it didn't work out too well for us last time, but I think that was just because we had to fight a big ship quite quickly. So I'm gonna go with the same setup, but I'm gonna put a bolter on the front here as well. Hopefully, if we get up close enough, that'll come in handy. But that will also take out missiles. So these are all, the blue ones are kind of support structures. These ones will attack other ships as well as destroy missiles. The shield boost will obviously boost your maximum shields. Okay. Alright, so we've got an asteroid field here. Asteroid fields work pretty much the same as they do in FTL. So you're going to have to wait for your FTL drive to charge back up, and you're also going to take a lot of damage from asteroids. There is sometimes some scrap and an upgrade point. These are particularly bad when you've got the little hangars, because an asteroid will just destroy them, which isn't a big problem if there aren't any enemies, because they will just respawn with no cost to you. But if there are enemies, they're going to be dying a lot. But then again, the enemies are probably going to be dying too because of the asteroids, so it might work out in your favour. So battle stations will also repair your hull. So there's this repair beam which will shoot you, but you can also just use the repair button and it will fully do it. So let's pick up a mission. This one is like an electricity storm, I guess. Not sure what the actual name for it is, but it'll prevent your shields from recharging. So we're probably going to have an easier time doing this one. They both have the same reward. So we're not going to be able to afford anything here. Don't think, no. Alright, so let's just get back to it. So like I was saying earlier, it does get off to a bit of a shaky start. I wasn't enjoying it with the weaker ships at the beginning, but I did have a very good run with this ship yesterday, the one that I'm using right now. I managed to get quite far, but then I got a bit too impatient and managed to die. Looks like we're probably not going to have much luck here either. What I might do if I die here again is just show it to you on a on the easiest difficulty. I have been playing it on normal and hard for the most part, but I do want to get far enough in to show you the outposts. I think that's what I'll do, because I'm about to die here again. Not going well today, is it? Not how I had hoped this would go. Right, so we're playing against the Celestials again. Obviously they do use different weapons and they have different ships, but as far as I can tell, the power of their weapons is about the same. So with the different difficulties, the main difference is of course how powerful the ships are, but you do generally get more starting scrap for the lower difficulties. So let's just plonk all this on there. I've got enough for a projectile cannon, so I'll put one of those on there too. That'll probably get swapped out once we get some good equipment, but that probably won't be for a while. So we picked up a mission. I think it's this one, so we'll jump here. Just fast forward. Yep, here we go, there's the item. So, engineering, when anything's dropped, you'll see it pop up here. So I'll just put that in the cargo hold. Completed mission 2. Let's grab the mission from here. Haven't done an escort mission before. Oh, they've got a terminal on them. Oh, you have to buy the missions. For this one, I don't have enough scrap, so we'll ignore that for now. Oh, we've got a ship coming in. Ah, this is the this ship we're supposed to be escorting. I'll leave that for now. Jump back here. Oh no, it doesn't want that. Okay, so we'll head on to the next sector. We've just got one little ship here. So I did mention earlier there is targeting. The targeting is only for the bigger ships. You can't target any of the smaller ships, but generally the your ship does a good enough job of that anyway. So you're just moving around. But once we get to the bigger one, I'll show you how targeting works. You basically just right click on the ship and you'll start moving towards it, as well as focus your fire on it. So the lasers and the bolters that you see on the front are mainly for defense against missiles, but they will attack if the ships get close enough. Okay, let's just wait for that to come. There we go. So Battlestation Harbinger on PC is slightly more. Oh, hold on. Yeah, okay. It is slightly more expensive than it is on mobile. Now, I haven't actually played the mobile version of the game, but what I have played of this version so far, it does warrant the $9.99 price tag in my opinion. Oh, this is very nice. Let's put that on there. It is worth the $9.99 price tag. If you have played it on a phone or tablet, I'm not 100% sure if it'll be worth you buying it again, unless you really enjoy the game, of course. But if you haven't played it before and you fancy giving it a go, I reckon people who like FTL in particular, or just any strategy games in general really, will enjoy this. Scanners the oh no, got our FTLs done. Alright, so there is a turn-based element to this game. It is kind of like FTL, where jumping to a sector will consume a turn, and if you get your FTL drives taken out, you have to wait, and that just means the enemies can move. Generally, that's not too big of a deal, unless they're oh dear, got another FTL one. Alright, let's see, maybe it's this cloud, I'm not 100% sure, but I'll move out, see if that helps at all. Movement is quite slow. That is one thing I'm not keen on. Even though our ship has quite a good speed stat, is it shown? No, it's not. But it was shown at the beginning. Our ship's not that slow. It's towards the upper end of the game's of the speed stats by the different ships, but it's still quite slow. And I'm on. This is accelerated, so this is twice the normal speed, I believe. I mean, it makes sense to have it like that for combat. But when you're just sitting in a sector by yourself, it is a bit tedious having it that slow. Right, let's try again. So that ship moved there. We can do an auto jump to here. We might get stopped if there's an enemy here. Nope, okay, so we just go on. So if you do an auto jump, auto travel type thing, you will. Alright, so let's just deliver that. If I'm going here, and this, so if I auto travel here, this enemy will get there in the turn it takes me to get to there, and so if that enemy is there when I'm there, it will pull me out of auto travel and I'll have to deal with it. I'll just show you that now actually. Let's see if he makes it. Yep, so here we go. Hostiles present. Oh, it's a big ship. So, okay, I actually managed to beat that one this time, which is very nice. I think it's partly due to this mega plasma cannon that we managed to get. So mostly hull damage is dealt by projectile weapons. Plasma weapons are generally for taking out shields, but as far as I can tell, they do hull damage as well. So don't just ignore them because you don't want to just be doing shield damage. It doesn't work like the ion cannons of FTL, for example. So that's something worth bearing in mind. Okay, we've got another thing. We've got a celestial laser. It does more shield damage, but it has less range. Has more hull damage too. So I think we'll put one on there, and then we'll put that away. Was this a? I think that was a mission item, but it's not very good anyway. Okay, unvisited sector, so we'll take that. Right, okay, since the video is getting a bit longer than I had hoped, I'll just jump to this objective and show you the objective. Probably not going to stand a chance against it because we're still... oh, what are you doing? Not sure what's going on here. There we go. I've had that happen a couple of times, not quite sure. Oh, there's a missile coming out of that container, did a lot of damage, so that's not good. What have we got? Laser cannon. Is that better than our projectile cannon? I think it is, so we'll put that on there. Okay, so I'm just going to do an auto jump here to show the outpost. I stand absolutely no chance in this fight, so don't expect me to win. Oh, okay. Oh, actually, I might have enough for a formation craft now. Yeah, I've got enough for this one, so I'll just buy one of these, see how that works. Right, so now we have this guy, and I guess we have control over what they do. Oh, here he is. So let's see. Not this one, this one. I guess... oh yeah, here we go. So I can change... so this one... ah, here we go, yeah, these are the different, like, hanger things. So I'll just get some bolter fighters. Cannot repair in this sector, okay. So, we'll jump on... actually, I'll just show you this quickly. This is another one of the sort of weather effects, I guess. Obviously, it's not weather in space. At least I don't think it is. But, so it's... I don't know, I guess it's supposed to be a black hole. But what it does... I mean, obviously, that's not what black holes look like. But, I'm just guessing. Obviously, the game isn't scientifically accurate or anything, as, I mean, most space games aren't. So this is a friendly craft, actually. It looks like. That's a mercenary. Anyway, this sector will drain our hull if we stay here too long. So we want to get out of here pretty quickly. Put that on there. Don't need that. Pop that there. Did I can't repair in this sector. That's not good. Alright, so gonna die here, but I've shown you most of the things I wanted to show you. Told you the things that you need to know. I will be writing a full review for this, so I just wanted to show you. These are incredibly powerful ships. I haven't been able to beat one yet, even with like a fully upgraded version of this. Really, what you need to do is keep jumping around, doing other missions. What I did early on, which may be why I didn't enjoy it early with the weaker ships, is just went straight for the objectives and ended up dying incredibly quickly. But I've learned that you need to jump around, you need to build up your scrap, you need to get your upgrades done to make your ship more powerful. So at the end of the day, Battlestation Harbinger, I am going to be playing some more of it before I write my review, but from what I've played so far, I reckon it's going to be positive recommendation. I've been enjoying it now that I've got the better ships, now that I know what I'm doing, and I reckon that anyone who's a fan of space strategy games will also enjoy it. So thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you found it useful. Thanks. Goodbye.